director of the Twin Cities Film Fest. Now, Bill, I want to know where your roots are here in Minnesota, and what got you into just films in general?
Oh,
Give me
yeah,
a little backstory.
absolutely. You know what? I'm from up by St. Cloud, a small town of Kimball, and I did a lot of drama in high school and things. And I went off to college, got a degree in communications, and I started doing actually news broadcasting and stuff. And I found that not boring, but it just wasn't what I really wanted to do because I did a lot of acting in high school. So I actually kind of quit and became an actor. And that was about 30 years ago. And about 15 years ago, I did my first short film. I acted in it, and I was like, why haven't I done this a little sooner? And I started acting in a bunch of short films, and then a bunch of feature films, and started making my own, and that's how I started coaching about 10 years ago, so I'm an acting coach as well. And I've met a lot of people, and my friend Jatin asked me to help out with the festival, so that's sort of why I'm here.
So I'm Ashley. Megan. I'm Megan. And we are the Budweiser girls. So we are just hanging out, drinking some Stella, talking to people.
Stella is part of Anheuser, so that's why we're not technically in Budweiser.
It's a tough gig, hanging out with everyone, taking pictures. It's tough. Pretty tough. A lot of sarcasm there. It's not okay.
I love film because going to films at a movie theater, because I love the idea of driving there and getting popcorn and sitting down and the lights go down and I'm sharing something communal. And I have Netflix, I have all of that, but I love that shared experience, especially when films are designed to make you be and feel. And so when, for instance, we had a short documentary block recently that had this really, really engaging, emotional documentary about a young guy who had an asthma attack at 17 and became paralyzed and can't speak, and he's blind, and he's written some books by this electronic device that he does Morse code with his tongue. And I know that seems really convoluted and involved, but he was here at the festival, and this documentary about him was here. Nobody else had ever seen it, and they gave him the standing ovation. And I was just thinking how this is exactly why you do this stuff, because it just made everybody feel so hopeful and wonderful and make us forget that we complain about silly bad parking spot, or we complain about, oh my gosh, they don't have a dress in my size or something, you know?
How do you know that I complain about that thing?
Do you complain about that? No, I'm sorry. I'm just saying we complain about the wrong things, you know?
I agree.
And so our lives are so wonderful. So when we have those kind of experiences, that really makes me feel good. And the other thing I just have to say is 3 of the films in our festival this year are from people who have worked on our festival as interns or production interns and things 5 years ago, and now they have a film in our festival.
So you get to see that evolution.
You get to see that evolution of growth
Yeah.
and production and all that kind of stuff. So when people really feel with a meaningful thing, and then the growth of the people, that's really important to me.
A series of still pictures is flashed rapidly before our eyes.
I am here with Jatin Setia, who is the founder of the Twin Cities Film Fest, and I need to know why.
That is a
why?
Well, I was born in India and grew up with Bollywood music, and I moved to the United States to go to school here with my parents, and grew up in Mississippi, went to college at the University of Minnesota, did the pre-med, got into corporate life right away. 8 years of just kind of going from corporate to corporate to corporate. I got laid off, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna take a step back. What do I really want to do with the rest of my life? And I went back to that first memory of going to a movie with my parents in India. And I really love the fact that when you're inside a theater, when it goes dark, you don't know who you're sitting next to. It could be a millionaire, it could be a rickshaw driver, it could be a co-worker, it could be a person just off the street. The only time you can tell a difference is when they leave and they get into their respective vehicles, or they walk. One person get into this big giant limousine and they would have been laughing and crying at the same thing as one person literally going to the corner and holding up a sign because that was the only entertainment they had for the rest of the week. And I love that community, emotionally driven aspect of film and art. So I started to research on just filmmaking and whatnot, and became an actor in town, did some classes, but I didn't want to lose my business acumen that I'd gained over the last 8 to 10 years with businesses. So I decided to start a festival that catered to the moviegoers as opposed to the cinephiles. who go to movies all across the country. They seek out movies. I wanted to get the people who go to Batman and Superman. I wanted to get them involved in independent film. So how do you do that? You present a slate of films that is equal for everybody. So you may like one thing, but you may not like the other. But guess what? We have something for everybody.
I love that. All right.
Yeah.
It's a damn good answer. So, with that, what is the driving force that keeps you going and continuing to build this festival?
Personally, is my drive to continue to better ourselves, better myself in the community with getting higher quality films out to our audiences. So we go to different festivals, and my motivating factor there is that our audiences ask for it every single year. We've grown from 4 days and 30 films to 10 days and 77 films in just short 4.5 years. So there's a need for it, and we've recognized it. We take our audience's feedback very seriously, and they keep asking us to come back, so we keep coming back.
I love it, and we're here now, so this is great. What was one of your favorite films of this year?
Oh my goodness, I'll give you two.
Give me two. Yeah.
My favorite documentary is Stray Dog. It's a film about this individual in Branson, Missouri. When you look at him, you'll be like, hell's bells, you know, just like biker guy, big, tough, tattooed up. When you get to know him, he's the softest guy. He's a teddy bear. He's learning Spanish because his wife is from Mexico. She's learning English because it's just a sweet. He's got 8 cats. He's got 8 kittens like all over the house. And
is he still here?
He's not unfortunately here today. But it's just a simple story of the people who we think we have misconceived notions on who they are, individuals, and not until you really get to know them. So you get to know this character and you just fall in love with them. So that's a documentary. I guess my favorite independent film is called Time Lapse. It's a futuristic.
Hey, Mr. Bizarides, are you home?
These are shots of our living room. What is this thing?
I think it's a camera.
No way. Mr. B invented a camera that takes pictures of the future.
The camera spits out a photo of us in the future. Then we go about our day making a series of decisions that lead up until that moment.
Think about how much money we could make. Come on, run! Yes! This is just a start. Just smile and say goodbye to your day jobs, guys.
Who is this?
That's my bookie.
What is he doing in the apartment?
There's only one thing worse than a guy who can't make good on bets. And that's a guy who never loses bets.
Is he dangerous?
He's dangerous.
Did you tell him about the camera?
No.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna do what we should have done from the start, and I'm gonna destroy the machine.
Stop!
I'm gonna write down the stats that go in the window tomorrow. Mark is gonna come by and pick up the photo for safety.
Wait a second.
I am not gonna repeat myself!
Doesn't look like something I would normally paint.
You're sending us a warning. Maybe something bad's about to happen.
You said we can change things, right? Everything happened for a reason.
I want 50%.
We obviously have no control over what's happening.
We're all in this. Kelly and I are sharing the risk. I'm just trying to make sure you're okay.
Do I look okay?
Can't afford to trust you.
As long as we see ourselves in that photo every day, we know we're alive tomorrow.
Help!
We're all friends, and we just need to trust that it's gonna be okay.
When I was approached about being involved in sort of an informal setting, a bottle of wine, I might add, I really, when we met, when I got to know Jatin, he's a business guy, and so he's taking a nonprofit and using a business model to make this successful, and the need to having one like this in the Twin Cities. We need a really flashy, forward-thinking, American independent-based film festival, and I just so believe in it. So for those two reasons, payback, and I really believe in Jatin's vision, which has now become my vision. It's like any film or any of that stuff, but home remodeling, it's like, don't say nothing will happen, because shit will happen. And you just have to be ready to just like go with it and not wig out and feel good about what you do, and not be fearful. You know, the best things in our life happen out of our comfort zone. And so many of us stop and say, "Oh, I can't do that." Or even back in 2008, when we started talking about this, and it was like, you guys are crazy. The economy's in the toilet. You're trying to start a business. This is a business. And we're like, we have a business plan put together, and we just kind of stick with it as the best we can and celebrate. We always say, as long as if we take 2 steps forward and only 1 step back, we're still moving forward. So that's the way it is with sponsors or films or things we miss. Or, you know, I had 4 staff people that either moved away or got full-time jobs and couldn't work this year for us, and I was kind of like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And, you know, we really got great people to help us out anyway, so do things with good intentions and know it'll work out some way in the end.
Perfect. I don't think I can say that better myself.
Well, just don't worry about it too much. It'll work out.
And the winner of the 2014 TCFF Indie-vision Award is Time Lapse. Directed by Bradley King. Starring George Finn, and Mr. King is here. Give it up for Time Lapse.
Thank you for watching The Local Experiment.
What you're about to see is a thrilling, dramatic, real-life story. It is presented as a public service. The Local Experiment sets the pace, color, in design, and in quality.
Take a good close look. Isn't that a beauty? She'll love the delicate styling. Delicate styling. Delicate styling. Delicate styling.
They're out there on the sidelines following every important piece of action.